Illusion City Genei Toshi for the MSX, the original version from 1991, French translated 4 months ago. It's fantastic. It's great. It's a very linear JRPG. We need to buy ammo. We need to register at a terminal, I think. Yeah, we... Wait. We went to Kowloon, which is the Western District. From there, we went to the Lala Zone. Then we went into the service lift, which only took us halfway. Then we went upstairs the rest of the way, and we got to... I don't know. I don't know the name of the place where you're at. While then I'm playing an MSX RPG, it's only the third MSX game I've ever played. It's the first one I've streamed. The other two games that I've played, they are made for around the weaknesses of the MSX. Those games were the original Metal Gear and the original Castlevania, which are both Konami games. And in those games, the games have no scrolling, which is the major weakness of the MSX, no, lack of hardware scrolling. This one does have scrolling, which is why we get a bunch of slowdown. I was talking about that yesterday, Mystic Theurge. Back then, during the late 80s, early 90s, we were under the stupid-ass piece of dumb shit thing called market reserve that the military dictatorship decided to create, which meant that importing computers was illegal, which basically means that the only people that had computers were the fucking friends of the government, military folks and the like. And smugglers, I guess. And, which means that basically we had no computers. Because who the fuck wants to make a computer in Brazil? Like, fuck that. You know who wanted to make a computer in Brazil? Sega. Which is why the Master System is still being sold down here to this day, because they partnered with Tectoy to make the console down here. Now, when it comes to all those computers that are not IBM PCs, like the Atari computers, the Amiga the Commodore computers and the like, and Apple computers, none of that made its way down here because screw us, I guess. Except for the MSX. Because the MSX was an initiative by Microsoft for other markets, which was intended from the start to be made by other companies, like they had a framework, a setup, and other companies were supposed to make those computers. And so Gradiente, which is a Brazilian company that actually worked with Nintendo for manufacturing the Nintendo 64 down here, they actually did release the MSX down here, was one of the very, very, very few computers other than the IBM PC that were ever a thing in Brazil. I never saw one. I don't know anyone who has had any contact with one, but I know there was a community back in the day around the MSX. Only the very first one. The MSX2 Plus or Turbo were not manufactured by Gradiente. Then again, the Turbo was only ever made by Panasonic. Lack of scrolling crazy in those MSX games, which is why Vampire Killer, which is the original Castlevania, is so different. The very first version is so fucking different from the NES one. It's not better or worse, it's just fascinating. Like it's like you go to a place where you know all the people there, but they're all wrong. It's because it plays so different. It's actually quite interesting. I actually beat it. Final Fight was pretty good. John Jacques Gibson has a Sega PC. There's Brazil's large ethnic Japanese population, so the MSX being released down there. There might be a chance, yes, for those of you who are not aware. Brazil has the largest Japanese population in the world outside of Japan. And there is a lot of Japanese influence in a lot of shit down here. But yeah, let's move on with the game. Like, this game is very fucking good. Holy shit. I did test this after the stream, the save files worked. because it's a very complicated computer game where you have literally 5 options on where to save the goddamn game. 5. But we did get 1 to work, which is what matters. We are at the Western District. The music in this game, it's so fucking good. You're glad I'm streaming it? Hello there, First World, yeah. This game is phenomenal. Like the pixel art, all the little animations. There is an animation of an old guy groping a lady's ass and the lady slapping him back. With exquisite tiny pixel art. It's phenomenal. Resume the timer. This was on its first release an MSX Turbo exclusive, which is bonkers. The MSX Turbo was barely a thing. And it supports MIDI. It says on the cover art that it supports MIDI. Old pervert. Yeah, classic Japanese archetype. The old master that is powerful and knowledgeable and is also a pervert. However, in this character was like literally I'm so fascinated that the devs actually acknowledged it. Like, how are we can't leave this young girl that is underage alone with this old pervert guy. And he literally says, what are you talking about? I will never touch a child. So this guy already has like more moral. He's an old pervert, but he's not a monster. There you go. It's fine, she just turned legal. No, that's the point, Jankito, is that the game actually went the long way to say, no, she's a kid, I'm not doing that, I'm not Kojima, what are you talking about? If this was a Kojima game, he would be groping the little girl by now. When you get old, be more perverse, do not touch children at all. Yeah, of course not. Look, I hate children in general. I can't see myself changing my stance on that just because I've got older. Have you seen how annoying children can be? Oh, the transparency thing is disabled. Hang on. And I'm keeping it, even though it looks worse, right? Because you can see people behind, it's harder to parse. Because there might be people hiding behind those things, I don't want to miss them. Oh, this is another. This place is chock full of terminals. Interesting. Right, we'll have to register at the terminal. Okay, border registration. Please enter your personal ID pass. ID confirmed. Welcome, Mr. Shu. I'm sorry to say your ID is being erased. Mr. Shu, is that the old master? No, that's Leo Shi. Don't remember who Shu was. Reconfirming. That thing that says reconfirming in all caps with dashes, that's probably in katakana in the original robot speak. Confirmed. Class A citizen. Border registration approved. Border registration, please show your ID pass. Completed. Now you can use the lift to the Kowloon district. Area information. Current area, Western District. North you have the Siva HQ building. It's closed on Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays, of course. Northwest area, Kowloon District, direct connecting lift to Western District. To the east you have the Multian sect, the Western District branch, of course. To the south you have the service lift, which is where we came from. No trespassing zone. System closed. Okay, just so we can be up to speed, what does she say? For the time being, we should go to Siva HQ. I'm sure we can find out something there. Hey Isaac, you'd probably agree on that too? Bzz. Yeah, of course he agrees. The big ass thick robot that can get through doors. I need to buy ammo. Haven't been here, like, we got to this town, we saved and we quit yesterday. Oh, this is the Motian sect. Right? It's not where we want to go to. Let's see what the kid has to say. The kid in the trench coat is like a mini version of us. I have a question for you though. What kind of guidelines influence your fashion choices? Well, that's easy. Trench coats are cool as fuck. Next question. I'm very interested. Yeah, like, of course you are. You're dressing just like him, just a smaller version. Children asking about fashion statements. Tiva's technology is the best in the world. Therefore, there is no inconvenience or shortage of anything in this town, from the cradle to the grave. Back this up much. I don't need a terminal. There's nothing else here. Trench coats have been verboten fashion since 1997 or so. The thing about trench coats is that they require a certain level of coolness to pull off. I was explaining this yesterday, that trench coats are coolness multipliers. Meaning that if you have negative coolness, you put on a trench coat, you get worse. So it's very risky. So, yeah. And the thing is, like, it's not because it's a trench coat that you can have it, like, dusty and unwashed and barely... Like, it needs to have a proper fit. Like, it's supposed to look like a casual thing, I just threw it on because I can't be bothered, but it requires a certain level of care and preparation to be properly pulled off. The weather is too warm and mild there for a trench coat. In the winter here a trench coat would be fine, but I can't pull it off. Like, I mean, for this incoming winter I would at least not be overweight. Which, you know, not criticizing anyone, but at least for me, it did put me in the negative coolness factor. I still think I'm in the negative, it's just a bit less, I guess. I'm a World War I veteran and get my trench coat from the front lines. Did they? Sure. Not on the front lines, that's not very practical combat gear. Outside of movies, the only time you've seen real people wear trench coats have often been in the unwashed, unshaver, portly gamer kind. Yeah! And that's where the negative coolness comes into play. You wear a Navy surplus wool pea coat during the winter in the Pacific Northwest. You are so... Okay, Mystic Theurgy is not cool, right? Mystic Theurgy is part of the clergy. It's very, very, very hard for someone in the clergy to be cool. But he is fancy as balls, man. And, like, being cool and being fancy are different things. They are kind in the same ballpark. And, it's a good target. It's something that you might aim for, but... Yes, it's very fancy. You're an outer. Remove yourself from this place. The likes of you are all filthy lowlifes. Right, the inners and the outers. The society division pushed on from on top to keep people divided against the powers that be. Tale is all this time. Be holy, you filthy lowlifes. I don't wanna... Wait. I don't even know where I... What is going on? I can't... Okay, this thing is bugged. Because if I hold left here, I am going into somewhere. It looks like that. Oh, it was broken because if I pressed left, I went back and there was like a broken sprite there. Just put it this way, you went to a 1920s themed party on New Year's Eve, you didn't have to change your attire at all. Same when you go to the Masonic Lodge. The funny part of that story is that you didn't even know it was themed. You went in there and you know what, maybe it wasn't themed, but then people saw you and they were like, shit, let me change real quick. Do you have a monocle, Mystic Theory? Holy fuck if you have a monocle. You know what is the coolest thing that I have? I hear the microphone. How the fuck do I keep hearing the microphone? Do you... resume the timer. Do you know that one ad for Doom? Where there's like a preacher saying, hell is a place full of demons and stuff. Please provide your inner ID. Access confirmed. Went to the cool. Okay, so this heads up. Because if you have, can you reenact it? It's very good because the guy is talking about it's like a doomsday preacher, but then he moves on to saying that you need the demons in hell, you need to put a bullet right between their beady eyes. We're showing briefly, now I switched the wrong scene. Oh really? That what a coincidence, I wasn't looking. Alright, so we can only go in here if we confirm the ID, which we just did. Not a... You'll try your best, that's all I ask for. And like... Would you like to go to the inner area? Let me see. Let's take a look at your fortune. I see a mix of good and bad fortune. Oh. That's so ominous, yes. Nevertheless, the challenge will turn out to be good for your growth. Proceed without being led astray. I can't see the word astray without thinking of ashtray instead. You preached last Sunday because a Mr. Friend went on vacation right after Christmas. Have you... you must watch other sermons, other preachers working. Have you ever sat on one of those and the guy's doing the sermon and you think it sounds a bit off, but you're not too worried about it? And at the end, he says something along the lines of, if you'd like, I can also provide with you more talking points about this sermon subject, so let me know if I can help you, like, because he forgot to cut out the rest of the of the AI slop from it. I know we had this conversation before, I cannot imagine preachers not like you, those some that are not as taking their jobs as seriously, using AI for things that they shouldn't. Stray Hairspray. Is there a song with that name? There should be. You like preachers, then you like Mystic Theory. He is one of the good ones from what I hear. It's easy to be critical of others. You don't know if you've encountered AI slop sermons yet. Microsoft has said they want people to stop calling it slop this year. In response, people are calling them microslop. And it is now everyone that just listened to me say that to start helping the term microslop be a thing. Alright. Fuck them, yes. Crappy AI sermons. Yeah, the thing about crappy AI sermons is that you know that there are non-AI sermons out there that are gonna be worse. That have been worse because not everyone is as dedicated to their job as someone like Mr. Courage. Like, I'm not familiar with his work, but from all the stuff that he says, I think is one of the good ones. Yes, please stop calling it slop. Then stop putting the fucking co-pilot key on laptops. Fuck that shit. What are you doing, you piece of shit? No one wants fucking co-pilot popping out of nowhere. Imagine you're playing a game and then you hit the key by accident. Fuck that. That's a squeaky song, everyone. Okay, I see guns, so this is ammo. Ammo, thank you. Send my last sermon on YouTube? You know what? DM it to me on Discord or whatever. And I'll skim through it just out of curiosity. Because I am actually curious. Last time I saw a sermon, I was like 30 years ago. And it was just an excuse to pass the plate for collections. So I want rifle and I want pistol. I want to confirm that. DM me my sir yourselves on YouTube. The preachings are on. Alright, thank you. I'm actually curious. I'm actually curious. Like, I'm not religious at all, but it is still a subject that kind of interests me. Especially when it comes from someone like you, which I get the feeling that is like honestly believes in the work they're doing. So that kind of gets a bit fascinating. Okay, hang on. You... Where do I see skills? Tianren is using gun. But what gun? Tianren, it's a handgun. Right, so that's pistol. I think we're using pistol ammo. I just wish... I think there was a way to confirm that. Right, we have pistol bullets and rifle bullets. Right, these are the ones we're not using. Because we have like one shot of each because the robot uses a truckload. So we want pistol and rifle bullets. Right, confirmed. Of course we don't have a lot of money, so I'm gonna buy one pack of this and a few of pistol. Yeah, I need to buy at least 2 packs of pistol bullets. Even sermons you see vilify LGB. Yeah, from what I've heard from Mystic Theurge's ministry, that's completely not what he does. And back when hello there, Zofair. Welcome in, my friend. And back on my day when I was a little kid, that wasn't the kind of subject that would get brought up. And that's the kind of sermon that I absolutely would not approve of because I'm a decent person, I guess. Yeah, let's find some minority who is already dealing with too much shit on their plates, and let's turn into an us versus them thing with people who are already being kicked around way too much. Like, fuck that. Yes, that's what Mystic Theurge said. He did mention that before. I honor you. Most of your liver Protestant colleagues are in for the right reasons, not for money or power. I'm glad to hear, and we need more people like you. Because, like, I'm not the biggest fan of organized religion for a triplet of reasons. But in every part of society that I kind of disagree with, there are people in there that actually want to do the right thing, and I think those are the hardest jobs a lot of the time. So, in general, I do have a certain admiration for that stuff, yes. I wonder where those monsters are coming from. The lift stairs, you just go down, there's monsters down there. They respawn literally You can farm them if you want. You heard that if too much ill will and greed gathers in gold and jewels, they'll turn into monsters. Really? Possibly that means that the danger zone is one big treasure trove. No, it isn't. There was nothing down there, just a few medical tablets. And not the expensive tablets with RAM in them. Fundamentalists folks generally preach on culture war topics. I do not see that as reasonable. I do want to stay the night to recover from the basically restore our mana and health. Folks are coming in off the streets say they want a progressive congregation because of their fear of Christian nationalism and fundamentalists gaining political power. You know, I'm so happy to see that there are people out there that want to go into church and watch a sermon and they have that as one of their main worries. That's a good thing. And I'm glad that places like yours exist to cater to that. Turned over office chair. Yeah, maybe that's the treasure trove. Maybe the treasure is the chairs we turned over all along. Wild times. Yeah. I mean, do people realize that Jesus Christ was a socialist? and that he was brown? And an illegal immigrant, and Jesus. Oh, whatever. Yeah, Jesus. Nice expletive. Okay, this is the same dialogue. Are they reusing people? Are we back on the previous? This looks a lot like the previous place we were at. This looks like a lot like the other place. But that can't be right. Hippie Jesus, a Middle Eastern man. We try not to. Yeah, like it hurts my brain to see Jesus portrayed as like a blue-eyed white dude. Okay, wait, where are we? Because this looks eerily like an area we have been to already. Are we just back here? Wait. Okay, this is a place we have been to already. So I need to head to Siva HQ. And we knew it was north, so let me try. Can I go back? I got so distracted with our conversation, I kind of got lost. Right, this is the inn? Or the gun shop? Swedish Jesus. Yeah. That's as dumb as that American guy who like invented the American religion where Jesus Christ was born in the United States or some shit. I don't remember the details. Ah, we came from here and this was probably closed to us. So this is a shortcut so we don't have to go into the danger zone again. Okay. Right, and this is the elevator that we were locked from, so... Right, because we asked for the inner ID. Because we go up into the inner area. And we couldn't before. Okay. I get it now. I was a bit lost. Right. I was gonna start full exploring an area we had already been to. Where's this guy? Looks like a robot. Please don't interfere with security. Okay, that's security. That's probably some kind of armor. This is probably the Siva HQ right here. Won't you go out of the way? I'm in a hurry. Oh, fuck you, lady. Why do they have like 6 baseballs on the entrance here? Is this some kind of baseball stadium? Ooh, cinematic. Well, Mr. Lee, now it's time for us to... Was it? Oh, those are the two that were fucking previous stream. The lady on the right and the guy with the weird glasses on the left. Alright, Zofera, good luck with work. For the time being, I'll keep the adjustment schedule. I'll keep the adjustment scheduled, so please contact me again when you come. Don't worry, it's probably just that you're a little tired. Adjustments aren't necessary, you just need a little time off. Your kind words are appreciated, but I'm tired amongst other things now, and anyhow, please remember the issue of the adjustment. You're Nantian Lee, right? Oh, she's already confronting him. Could you return Xiao Mei to us, which is the priestess they kidnapped? Try not to lose each other on the massive bed. Good lord, the pillow was bigger than the guy. It's one of those body pillows they put an anime character on and take on dates. But he removes that the character when she's bringing he has company over. It seems you're mistaking me for someone else. Oh, I don't think so. Oh, she's pissed. She literally does not care that this is one of the 8 most powerful people in the world. Either that or she doesn't realize it. That's not a thing people normally doubt. Oh, spells. Holy shit. Oh, they can't stand this. He already chose violence. Oh, the security. Isaac is... Fire. Nice. Wasn't that pretty brave for a robot? The guy with the shit-ass glasses that have an eye drawn on one of them. Can I buy glasses like this somewhere? Also, by the way, this guy wears these glasses in bed with the lady that is behind him. Oh, his hand fell off. Oh, his other hand fell off. We just bought ammo for him. Can we keep the ammo? Oh, he blew up. Okay. Well, bye, robot. Isaac is no more. And he kicks the robot. Huh. The machine's inner mechanism. Master Fei. I wonder who those two could be. They somehow withstood my power. You underestimate my power. Mr. Lee, won't you please entrust these two to me? Oh. The plot thickens. Why does she care? I want to inspect them in full detail. Didn't you already inspect the glasses guy thoroughly? Are you not satisfied? You want more hands-on inspections, lady? You're taking us to that bed. Well, we do feed on the bed, I guess. We can have plenty of people. Can inspect. What we did a math yesterday. It was like 10 people total in that bed, right? In couples, 5 couples. 5 and then 1 on the foot of the bed. I'll leave it up to you. Thank you very much, sir. What is that? What was that? What is going on? There is a naked lady being scanned inside the Siva HQ building, the UK's lab. You know, I don't think it's one of those games. I never streamed one of those games. I'm not Macaw. I don't have an emergency censoring screen. With Cobra and sunglasses. I don't need it, right? I didn't do enough research on this game to know if I need that. Wait. Okay, I thought we were controlling the guy for a second there. Box doesn't say anything about adult content. No, it didn't. It's just that Japanese computer games in the late 80s and early 90s, not having adult content was just like leaving money on the table. and it was kind of like so commonplace that I don't think all of them advertised that stuff in the box. Watching the Japanese cutscenes for Ernest Evans, it was funny how they had to censor the nudity. Yeah, that game was jacked. It was fun. It was jacked. The third game was kind of shit though. How's it going? With regards to any news about the man we captured, at this time I can't say any more without having to investigate a little further. She wants to investigate, man. Full hands-on approach. Like, very important investigations. At the moment, I'm wondering whether this woman invoked some protective abilities, so I'm investigating the possibilities just in case.
That's a penis!
As long as it's censored, yes. Sidekick is a Peruvian witch, because a Peruvian witch attends your theology college. Fascinating. You play as her in the predecessor to Ernest Evans, El Viento. I streamed all 3 games. I think I liked El Viento more than Ernest Evans because it's like more reasonable of a game. It's more straightforward. Ernest Evans is fascinating with that weird-ass ragdoll thing, but like the first hour of my stream of that game was made of confusion. Jesus. Hello there, Muzi Fate. It's very close to Shadowrun. Although, you know, we haven't seen a lot of Cyberpunk. I was thinking about this game earlier today and I realized there is probably no hacking involved. No cyberdeck. And they did mention cyborgs, which the manual talks about, like cyborgs and implants. But I haven't seen any of that in-game, so I wonder if they might have forgotten to lean on that. El Viento, yeah, the Wolf Team games. They're very... I appreciate how different all the trilogy is, like how different each game is. And how crazy this story goes. Reminds me more of Silent Mobius. Yeah, like I went into this expecting Shadowrun. Because there are no more Shadowrun games for me to stream. I'm not streaming the modern ones. There is no reason to stream the Xbox one because that's not a Shadowrun game. I don't know why they wasted the name of that garbage. Of course, the person with the power of Tian must be older or younger than last time. They can't be the same age. They might even have a different gender. It could be anyone! I did, Mr. Therish. I actually built... I wanted to play that game so much that I built a translation software for it. I'm sure there is already working translation softwares out there. I realized I'd rather build my own. So I played through the entire game on stream, translating every single dialogue in real time. I still have all the translated images here. I didn't delete it for sentimental reasons. It's a grand total of 6,000 1,375 files. That's the number of screens that I translated for that game. It was very good. I don't know why I didn't delete it. It's taking up 3 gigabytes of space on my disk. I have true dedication.
Who are you and how did you get in here?
I'm the locksmith. And I'm the locksmith.
Thank you, Casalper, for the following 23 emotes. Let me quickly link the playlist in case anyone wants to watch it. And it's this one. But I really wanted to play that game. And that game, look, in terms of gameplay, strictly gameplay, it's kind of the weakest of the 3 classic Shadowrun games. Because it's as a visual novel, it's very good. But the tactics RPG aspect of it doesn't work out because it's mixed in between. It was a huge surprise when we saw you could control characters on a like that. And it's not unfun, it's kind of fun, but it doesn't work out because you can't really deal with the upgrades. You don't have enough missions and money to actually build up and make any upgrades, so it's kind of wasted potential there. But as far as Shadowrun games go, the 3 original ones, it is the one that handles the group dynamics the best. It is the only one that has, okay, we have a samurai, we have a decker, we have a shaman, you have a full party. And each character is completely different in terms of personality. And they still stick together because each one has a very good separate personal stake in the matter of what happens in the game. So as far as storytelling goes, as characters, as character dynamics, group dynamics, that's the best of the 3 by far. So it's a shame that it never got a translation. There is no fan translation of it that I am aware of. That game is amazing. Did I often do multiple screenshots per translation? There are screenshots. I built a system where I wrote an add-on, a browser add-on that received the screenshots on a Google Translate page, and then I built a small software that took screenshots of the game and connected to that add-on, sent it to Google Translate, and then got the result and showed up on a little screen that I had captured on my overlay. But the thing is, sending multiple screenshots of the same screen yielded the same result. So whatever I got, I had to live with. Played some Shadowrun tabletop a while back, would love to do more. Yeah, welcome in, Sakura. We talked a lot about Shadowrun, and you're probably the one that did the most tabletop Shadowrun out of anyone. I didn't even realize Shadowrun tabletop was a thing until a few years back. Just be the storyteller for yourself. Right, let's keep going here. We can talk about Shadowrun for days. I certainly felt a different power back then, if only there was a clearer manifestation of it. Maybe your Mabel tabletop RPG in high school, really? I did not play as much tabletop RPG as I wanted. I bought books, I memorized rules, I created characters, but I had no one to play with. I wanted to play a truckload of GURPS. I still have most of my GURPS books, but I never found anyone to play them with. I did play a little bit of Dungeons & Dragons, 2nd or 3rd edition, I don't recall, probably 2nd. And the tabletop RPG I played the most was Vampire the Masquerade, which I did eventually find a group for during college. Was funny because this one time we were doing a very intense session of Vampire the Masquerade, and people were discussing how to fucking deal with a body, dump it in the trunk of the car, dump it somewhere, how do we hide this, close the trunk door, whatever. And then I realized, I was the DM, I realized that we were on the ground floor of a house with people walking by the window that probably heard this talk about how to hide a body. And it might have been disconcerting to some people that didn't realize it was just a game. The actual playing Shadowrun tabletop is very limited. Okay, so sorry for crediting you with more than I should have. I'm always amazed if anyone has played Rifts. You have a whole ream of books for it. Amazing. I really wish that I could find a used copy of the original. Because there are a bunch of Shadowrun novels. There is a series of them, and the very first one I think is called Never Deal with a Dragon. Or a name like that. And I really wanted to get a hard copy of that, because I learned since then that it's... The SNES Shadowrun, which is one of my favorite games of all time, is based on that book. The sequel was gonna follow the second book, but the sequel never happened. And when I learned that, I was like, I have to read this book. I could never find a copy that I could get shipped to Brazil. Should make a recording of the Rifts Engage game. I think you can emulate the Engage these days. But anything about the Shadowrun SNES game related to group dynamics is that the game is balanced for group dynamics. You play every role, makes a great game, just kind of silly. It does work really well for me, because that's what I like to do in video games. I like to be the one guy that does everything and is all powerful. But yeah, when I was a kid, I didn't understand anything about Shadowrun and group dynamics in that, because you play every role. The Genesis game is better in that aspect, because you have like 3 classes at least. You need to have specialization as you're supposed to manage a party. The Genesis game is mechanically better, way closer to the original. Never recorded a full playthrough. Your group's the mostly Shadowrun, second most a superhero game you made up, third most Warhammer Fantasy RPG, fourth most was Rifts. I had the book to GURPS Supers. It was fascinating to read through. I could never find it again. It might be lost forever. I know I can download a PDF, it's not the same. Those books are big. I certainly felt... Yeah, okay. We're playing a game... I'm sorry if I'm fascinated by the conversations. If it was that clear, Dong Tian would surely have noticed it before. Well, don't be too impatient conducting your tests. I have faith in your abilities. Yes, Master Fei. Ah! What happened? What happened? Yes. So they have captured both of us. They destroyed the robot, captured both of us, and they're running tests to see how we could resist their magic. If I like the Shadowrun SNES game, it's one of my favorite games of all time. It has definitely top 5 best soundtracks on the SNES library. To me, it's one of the first 5 games I've ever streamed. It's the very first, like, you know, dystopic future video game I've ever played as a kid. It left a lasting impression on me. Like, I fucking love that game. And it's one of the very few games I want to stream again. I'm not a fan of playing games multiple times. I'm certainly not a fan of streaming games multiple times, but that game I do want to stream again someday. What happened? This is incredible! She's still naked. All the guys. Oh, this person's speedrunner. I looked up the speedrun to Shadowrun at some point. It was dumb because it used like the dev room. And I didn't bother. But if there is a game I would maybe one day consider speedrunning, would be that one. I'm sure when I did that, I didn't know anything about speedruns. I'm sure there is a no glitch category. Tianren, are you alright? Oh, is that us? Did we just blow someone up? How could I possibly be fine? Don't sound so pathetic. I'm letting you out now. Also, this person is working against the 8 Legions. Can speedrun it your way, who cares what someone else did? I guess. The thing is, if you do it your own way and absolutely not care about what anyone else does, I'd have to spend like a year just routing the game. I don't know how to do that. Even if there was a dev room, I have to look that up just to see what it looks like. Yeah, there is a dev room, like you do this thing, you get out of the morgue at the start of the game and you go to a corner next to like a light pole and you have to do something and you get teleporting to this room where you can like get money and weapons and shit. Remember renting SNS Shadowrun at a video store? The front of the box had a picture of an orc and some guy with a keyboard plugged into his head. That's... Have you seen the television ads for that game? They're phenomenal as well. Yeah, how do you see a guy with a keyboard plugged into his head in the early 90s and not be all over that? We don't have enough keyboards jacked into people's heads in fiction in general. We need more. We need more. I remember as a kid, like, well, the game starts at a morgue. There's these two people talking, and then some guy climbs out of the slab with a fucking headache. And that's the start of the game, and you're the guy. And that blew my mind. That I had no access to computer gaming at the time. That was the most mind-blowing intro to any game for me at the time. It was like, what the fuck? How did I start a game like this? Is this legal? And then you go out of the room and the doctors run away scared because you were dead and now you're walking around. And it's funny because you have to talk to the doctors, but if you leave and you come back and they see you, they run away screaming. So you need a disguise. And what is a disguise? It's fucking sunglasses. That game is so good. You put in the sunglasses and they're like, oh hi, it's fine. We were going to the isolation chamber to try for speedrun. I'll spend 1 year there, which is equivalent to like 10 years in the real world. No, 10 years in there, 1 year out here. Man, that's a shitty isolation chamber, right? I spent 1 year there and I come back and you guys are all dead. There are zombies. Maybe not in the morning. Grind ahead on Maria Mercurial tickets, damn it. Man, and then you have to farm money. That money part on the junkyard. Man, I have to stop talking about Shadowrun. We've done that for like nearly 1 hour today, just talking about Shadowrun instead of playing the game. Move a little bit away from the door. Question mark. Boom. Boom. No, here we go. Are you an acquaintance of Lao Shi by any chance? Lao Shi is our master, so he's asking if this guy is working with our master, but I'm pretty sure this guy is like from the sect and he's just turning against them. An acquaintance? An acquaintance. I suppose you could say something along those lines. So maybe he knew Lao Shi, and then he joined the sect or something. Second edition rulebook for the tabletop RPG, regardless of what the RPG is an amazing cover. Okay, now I have to look. Shadowrun second edition rulebook cover. I mean, it's giving me the classic Shadowrun art. I mean, no, it's slightly different than the classic one. I'm trying to find a good version so I can... Here, this version seems large enough. Man, it's so hard to see images of online, like every place is trying to like prevent you from looking at images. Ah, Jesus, hang on. I want to show it on stream. But this thing is... Okay, there we go. Where is my capture? Here. It's this one. Yeah, the guys. Where is it? Here. You have an elf with a machine gun plugged into a terminal while there is a naked lady casting a spell and some punk guy shooting at corpo people. Man, I freaking love, you know what I freaking love? I freaking love the Shadowrun logo. Like, this thing has been living rent-free in my head since the early 90s. I freaking love this logo. Like, it does everything. Like, it has no technology to it. It's just, like, scrolls and skulls. But then you have that background circuitry. You think the corpos are orcs. In real life, you mean? Yeah, they kind of are. Well, they're actually more of trolls. The scroll is stack, I guess. Alright, back to the game. I really want to keep playing the game. Who the hell are you? Kai. You can call me Kai. I'll send you to the downtown area. What about the lady? Forgot her name. We're not wearing a trench coat anymore. We're no longer cool. It's nothing. It isn't much trouble to phase you through this little barrier. Then what about Mei Hong, which is the girl who came in with here? The robot is dead. I'm not interested in her. Or he's only into dudes. Okay. Right, but then I have to say, dude, I need her for my party. She has lashing wires. Come. I'm going to look for Mei Hong. Do as you like. These are your weapons and other equipment. Take them. He just synthesizes a chest with our shit in it. Yeah, this is the classic RPG trope where you lose everything, and here is a box with all the stuff that you actually had. Except for the robot, Isaac is gone. So that's the mysterious helper. Oh, and he's already on his trench coat. Screen scrolls away. If you stop looking at this guy for 5 seconds, he puts his trench coat on. Like, you have to be watching him at all times, otherwise it's trench coat time. Okay, he already got all his stuff. Including his money. Okay, because that happens automatically, the game never took our shit away. But the lady... Okay, the lady took the items she was equipped with her. Can I sleep? No. No, I cannot. Okay. Dun, dun. Now, look, we have the VR transparency on. If you turn it off, you literally can't see where you are. Look, it's Happy Cakes and her favorite redeem. Welcoming Happy Cakes. 7. Have you... Are you going to eat 9? Or have you eaten the previous 6 Happy Cakes? I mean, they're cakes. They're meant to be eaten. Like, I can't fault that logic. Oh, there is some... The guy called Kai. Maybe he killed him. He's dead. Okay, this is not usable. Yes, alright, good. Although, like, if you eat all other 6 Happy Cakes, you must have put on some weight. You have to stop eating Happy Cakes and watch your figure. Just a friendly suggestion. Okay, I'm just making sure there's nothing else up here. Yeah, this is just circling around, alright. I mean, these holidays, I put up like 5 pounds just because of too much eating. Like, we have this old tradition down here. I don't know how widespread it is. It's been a thing in my family since I can remember. I don't know how normal it is, but for New Year's Eve, we eat lentil soup. And it was... Good lord, I must have ate like 2 pounds of lentil soup. It was so fucking good, man. I already dropped some of those pounds. Like, I put up like 5 pounds, but I'm like 2 or 3 pounds now, so I dropped already 2 of those. But these 2 weeks, Christmas and New Year's Eve, they're a disaster for dieting. How much does that make in 25? No. Let me get it, my current weight for you in pounds. 132. According to Google. Eat happy pancakes. They're less calories because they're flatter. But you eat a stack of them, so it's whatever. It's funny that the dish we call a pancake here... Oh, it's Lishi? Laoshi. The dish we call a pancake down here is not what you guys call a pancake up there. Our pancakes are like, imagine the same dish, but instead of making a small one and stacking them up, we make a large one and then we put stuff like ground beef and we roll it up like a burrito. That's Brazilian pancakes. Oh, Tianren, you're safe. I'm so light. I'm working on it. I still want to lose another 6-7 pounds, but don't tell my family, they would go nuts if they knew. Lao Shi, why did you come here? Iron informed me you guys were captured. What happened to Mei Hong? Speaking of her, she's still being held captive by Siva. I see. Then I'll come along. I'm still not bested by you guys. Okay, so we do have a party member. What does he equip? Shu Lao Shi. Oh, he's the guy that has a staff. He has an octagonal pole. Knight has 81% skill, good hit ratio. Does he have spells? He does have a full health in... Oh, holy shit, he can heal people forever. Full health, divine health, sage health, and health. Then has the refine and the conch shot and the dreamy mind and the illusion. Title drop. It's just an illusion. Illusion. It doesn't play well with the song that's currently playing. Okay, so now we're probably going to an area that has enemies to fight. Are there still gonna be those little floaty clouds on the map out here? There is no one here. Oh, the ladies there like nothing. Welcome, we appreciate you coming to the Siva HQ building. Have you killed everyone on your way here? Right now this building is enforcing special warning system as a counter-terrorism measure. The range of areas is extremely limited for guests without a VIP card. Please limit your movement within the restrictions of the ID card you're holding. In addition, know that the guard robots deployed on the important floors are not subject to the 3 laws. Not the 3 laws, there you go. Please be generally careful around them. This concludes the customer service information from this terminal. We look forward to seeing you again. Is that lady alive? She doesn't sound alive. Now, I am fully exploring to make sure we don't get stuck, but again, like I said yesterday, I think this game is refreshingly linear. Oh, the robot. Okay. True Love, she can attack with the octagonal pole. How much damage does he do? 72. He goes in there, spins the pole and jabs. That's amazing. Look at that animation. Man, I love the animations in this game. Look at that. Amazing. And now we attack with Happy Cakes' favorite gun. I know I'm making fun of it, but I actually like this song. Happy Cakes' gun. Cake's got a gun. There's a song after you, apparently. Cake's got a gun. Oh, I wanted to explore down here first before going up the door. Okay, in this case, this guy is so fucking good. He's level 15 for crying out loud. His pole does more damage than bullets. Like damage has combat has been very easy in general. Like we aren't taking more than 1 damage per hit. I wonder if this all classifies as tutorial phase of the game. But I don't know, we've been playing this for nearly 4 hours. That's too long of a tutorial for a game from 1991. It doesn't feel tutorialized, but the combat is pretty easy. 110! This game is so chill. I know for some of you this might be boring. Walk around, turn-based combat. Man, I love it. I'm built for this shit. Just Zen mode gaming for me. I wish your life were turn-based so you could stop and think of your actions. Analyze your opponent's actions first. Can you dance on the octagonal pole? It's the guy with the hat you were talking about yesterday. Wait, no, it was... Tiger Skydrum was talking about that hat. She was providing us with a lot of Hong Kong lore, religious context to some of the Chinese mystic stuff. It's fascinating, really. These robots are all horrible at walking. Watch as an entire world grunts to screeching halt as everyone goes Salvardo! I mean, yeah. Wouldn't it be better? Like you have to go to the DMV and then you start combat with the attendant and then combat music starts playing. And then you're like, I want my license! And you can have different flavors, like some people go through life with like, it's super effective kind of messages because they prefer Pokemon, and some people would like prefer like quick time events to do bonus damage when dealing with the people at the DMV. People there just sigh and not this shit again. Sir, you need to have filled these forms. I already have them. Bonus damage. Alright, get it over with. What is worse? When your phone rings and is that one kid from Pokemon that gets your phone number at the start of the game and keeps giving you random calls to talk about the most inane garbage. Or cousin, let's go bowling. I swear to God, I quit GTA 4 because I couldn't stand cousin, let's go bowling anymore. Like, every time the phone rang, I wanted... Why can't you just hang up on the guy? I don't want to talk to that... Fuck, that pissed me off so much. It made me hate the game and drop it. I'm waiting for GTA 6 to be released so I can play 5. I haven't played 5 yet. Okay, we got level 5. There we go. Oh, we can save here. Area information. Siva HQ building information. Currently is the winter vacation period. First floor is the lobby, 2nd to 20th are sales department, 21st to 40th are development, 41st to 50th are conference rooms, 51st to 69th is executive offices, and the 6th floor is the CEO. 60 floors, holy shit. Welcome to the Siva Network Service. Is there anything new here? Oh, there are. Laws of robotics. Siva tries to develop robots that adhere to the 3 laws of robotics as described by Isaac Asimov. The laws are incorporated into almost all of our robots and cannot be bypassed, being intended as a safety feature. Do know that the guard robots on the important floors are not programmed to follow these laws. Right. We are very ethical and safety-minded, except when it's inconvenient and we just disable it. Just like real life. This is in order to guard vital parts of Siva HQ, so trespassers beware. The lobby is the heart of Siva HQ. Here both employees and visitors enter the building. Walk to one of our receptionists if you have any questions. They will help you with your inquiries. From the lobby there are 2 lifts leading up to the 60th floor building. The VIP floors can only be reached if you have clearance. The sales department for Siva is located on the 2nd floor up to the 20th. People in the sales department work to sell our information services, social network services, and our other products to the public. Social networking, huh? For a low monthly fee, you too can enjoy all the services that Siva has to offer. We are very ethical, unless there's a shit ton of money to be made. Thank you. Yeah, freaking OpenAIs. We can't make money if we can't steal intellectual property. Car thieves are against the law. More news at 11. Have you already renewed your subscription for SivaNet? Development Department. Research and development can be found on the 21st up to the 40th. Here we work on enhanced supercomputers and further advances to improve the global information network for which SivaNet functions as its central arteries. But we also work on improving on existing technology like our artificial plate. The tectonic plate that floats above the old one, which is the... It doesn't float, like there are pillars, which is the inner town. Of course, new developments are also done elsewhere, for instance the floating city, our medical labs and Siva Tower. Our progress is to your benefit. Right. Conference rooms. Conference rooms can be found from the 41st floor until the 50th. Here we brainstorm and envision what customers and people need. Since people don't always know what they need, Siva focuses on the project that best fits its vision for the future. You guys don't know what you want? Let us do the thinking for you. It's disheartening that there was like so many fictional works that were like, do not build the torture dome, whatever that thing is called, I forgot. And then modern companies look at that as a guideline. Like, yeah, look at all these fictional works about how corporations can be evil, and then the corporations decided that's a good idea, I want to do that. They had to nerve to tell us not to pirate software, but they're spying on us. Which is why it's one of the many reasons I'm fully advocating piracy. Like, anything that you can do that doesn't harm people but harms companies, and you can do in kind of safety. Yeah, like we've had this conversation plenty of times. Regular meetings also take place here. Be sure to book a time slot because meeting rooms are scarce. In the VIP floors on the 51st until the 59th floor, the offices of the top brass of SIVA can be found. GTN Fei has his office on the top floor of SIVA HQ. As the CEO, he is the figurehead of the organization and oversees how Hong Kong functions. He supervises the operation of SIVA from a business perspective. Dong Tian Dai, Bei Tian Mesmer, and Nan Tian Li also have key positions aside from the other board members. We're looking forward to your use of our service again. Can we discuss with the master? Lao Shi. Have you met Kai? I have no idea what that guy is thinking sometimes. Well, don't worry too much about that guy, he'll be fine, Tiaran. In the meantime, we need to rescue Mei Hong. And again, I mentioned this yesterday, I think it's so fucking civilized and modern in a 1991 game that it always has the option of you talking to your party members just to be reminded, where am I going again? I forgot. It's so civilized. Oh shit, wait, what? Okay. I was having difficulty parsing the scenario. It's good that they're not real people, they might show concern. My early Alzheimer's. Oh, it's the floating clouds of enemies again. We are gonna kill a few universes. Leva. Which is probably some stuff from a Chinese myth, if I had to guess. I'm gonna shoot at the cloud. You wonder. Well, look at that spell effect. Game is getting fancier. Is the Lao Shi beat just teacher? What teacher are you referring to? I might have lost the reference. Lao Shi is like the quintessential trope of like the old guy who is actually incredibly powerful but decides to be a pervert on his free time instead. So he's like, how do you guys call him in English? Master Roshi? On Dragon Ball. That's him, but with a fancy hat. I might need to heal up after this fight. Yeah, they're doing more damage now. Yeah, Tianran is casting spells. Chinese for teacher. Oh. Oh, you mean if that says Lao Shi? I don't know. This game's kind of interesting in the sense that it's based on Chinese stuff, but it's not a Chinese game, it's a Japanese game, so it's however the Japanese in 1991 saw the Chinese And that kind of stuff is usually very interesting to look at. If it's a title for Mr. Shu. Yeah, it's Shu Lao Shi. So maybe it's just Master Shu. Yes, it could be. 60 experience, 125. Okay, these guys, they're harder, but they give you a lot more shit. Just have to keep an eye on my health. Charging his Dragon Balls, yeah. I don't know, man. Dragon Ball, of course, became shit. And the anime itself is dumb to watch. Like the Z part, because of all the... because it was like, fuck the original manga, fuck the original author, just... push it. It's successful, push it harder. But it's still so good. But I like the original before Z. Well, as far as the anime goes, before the part where they rename it to Dragon Balls, it's so much better. And you guys, you mentioned the Dragon Balls, and I can't think of the Dragon Balls without thinking that the very first time the Dragon Balls were used, and the big ass dragon came into the sky and the sky darkened. And all of that effort in putting them together, you can only do that once a year. And they used all the mystical power to ask for a pair of panties. And the wish is granted, they get a pair of panties. And the dragon dissipates, and the balls fly away. And that's it. That's the very first use of the Dragon Balls. You can ask for anything. Of course, in context of like the story and what happens at the time, it does make sense. It's like it's an emergency. We have to use them before the evil guy uses it, whatever. But it's still amazing. It means on way. Hang on. Give me a moment. I can do some attacks while I go with this. So fancy. Something's... Team Rain is nearly dead, but I think we can kill this guy before that's a problem. There we go. Yeah, it's fine because there's so much reward here. I'm gonna use this guy's mana, he has a lot. But we don't have to use the expensive one. Like this costs 10 mana, this costs 2. And we just... one use, you almost fill it up, so yeah. God damn it, I'm so hungry. Why isn't my body used already? If feel like he should be like not hungry anymore. Seems like an inspection hatch. Will you go down to the lower floor? Yes. That's a computer, but we can't use that one apparently. I can't go through that door. There isn't another exit here. Okay, do I just go back up? Yeah. So I'll come here later. Some weapons you can attack multiple enemies, I think. I mean, the robot could only attack multiple enemies. Yeah, I don't think the handgun can do that. By the way, I said this yesterday, that little sound, the guy going, ah! That's from the music, that's not from the combat. It's one of those amazing songs that has like weird ass sound effects thrown in the middle. And I'm gonna keep him healed up, like I feel like... I mean, we do have a third load of mana. This is... You guys saw, I don't know if you noticed, that the box was like not on any name. And last time I just pressed enter, and then the box did take Janran's full name, and then I could heal him. Unfortunately, whatever I did right now, I was trying to figure that out. I tried to press down and navigate or something. It seems to be stuck. It seems to be stuck, chat. Yeah. If I were an RPG class in real life, which one would I be? It could be any class from any game. Shit. I have to reset this. You're off the clock. I didn't realize you were being paid to watch me. Alright, RPG class from any game. Okay, I can't give you a boring answer. I would be a World of Warcraft monk. I would be a World of Warcraft brewmaster monk. Because then you can just drink and nothing hurts. You just drink forever. Like whenever you're going to be taking like damage, emotional or otherwise, instead the booze makes it so you only take half of it, and then you can drink some more to delete the rest. It's a perfect mechanic for real life. I mean, some people do that already, but I actually can't stand alcohol. I wish I could, it would solve a lot of problems. Alright, Zopir, I hope you can come back. have to redo a bunch here. You can't stand it either. Yeah. Like, there is this, I've mentioned this a bunch of times, there is this one Brazilian drink called caipirinha, which is made with vodka and lemon. Or cachaça, originally cachaça, but I make it with vodka. And I make some really good caipirinha. My wife loves it, my mom loves it, everyone, like, I have other friends and relatives that have tried it and like it. I have to trust the award because I can't stand the taste of it. Like, it tastes like shit. It has vodka, of course it tastes like shit. Like, there is like one beer that I like. Luckily, it's very hard to find, so I don't have it often. I have it like once every 2 years. I find a bottle of it for sale somewhere. But it's just like, it's... Even if it is like a sweet alcoholic beverage, it still has the alcohol in it, and the alcohol tastes horrible. I'm gonna need to heal up. I've tried, like, every now and again, like, friends or relatives will be having a drink and I'll take a sip. Like, I'm not one of those, no, I always, whatever is the food or drink, I'll try a little bit every time. Because, you know, maybe one day, maybe I'll like it. And then sometimes they'll have wine. Wine tastes foul. I can't even stand the smell of it. Like, I get it close to my nose and it's like, ugh, fuck, man, why would you put this in your mouth? I tried anyway, to be polite and optimistic, maybe that I'm gonna like it, but Jesus. I mean, for health reasons, it's better that I don't like alcohol. Like, alcohol is bad for you. Like, alcohol is literally poison. Your body sees it as poison. That's why it gets processed in the liver. That's why you get intoxicated by it. So, like, on the long run, of course, it's better that I don't like it. It's just, yeah, well, it's just the socializing aspect of it that I miss out on. But it's fine. It is a blessing, of course it is. Alcohol is so destructive on the body and brain. It is. It is. Like, I'm not criticizing anyone that enjoys alcohol. Like, I have a lot of people that I care about that enjoy it greatly, and if you do, try to do it responsibly, and that's perfectly fine. Right, I'm just stating a fact. It is literally poison. A lot of things are. Sugar is also poison. Not on the same level. Well, no, sugar is not poison. It's not literal poison. It has a nutritional value and everything. Alcohol is literally poison for your body. And like everything else, it's all about the dosage, and we all have our poisons that we do enjoy, I guess. Socializing with cigarettes, I'm lucky I've never come across that. I've never ever seen cigarettes as a socializing thing. In fact, I've always seen it as the opposite. Like, there is that one person that smokes, and every now and again they have to excuse themselves and isolate themselves because no one wants anything to do with them while they smell like shit. Not criticizing people who smoke. I know it's hard to quit and everything. In fact, I do actually appreciate people who are smokers and are extremely polite about it. Like, I had a very good friend that was a smoker, and I never once seen him smoke, even though he smoked quite often. I do appreciate the hell of people there. Like, I know it's supposed to be like minimum being considerate. I still appreciate the hell out of it. Like, see that one box is bugged. You have to press enter on it before the game freezes. Might be a problem with the fan translation, I don't know. If smoking isn't allowed indoors, then it's a social thing because you'll be outside at work socializing with others. I don't know if it is because... hang on. I don't know if it is because I work in tech, because I'm a programmer, but... you're not gonna socialize... The only person that I've ever worked with that actually smoked was an artist on the team. Like, people I work with, they don't drink, they don't smoke, they don't throw parties. Except for LAN parties, I took part in a few of those. What does account for socializing? And then if you don't like it, then yeah, I can see the issue is coffee. From my area. And coffee, much like alcoholic beverages, is an acquired taste for most people. Not in Brazil, where you have coffee on your goddamn pacifier as a baby. Like, people who don't drink coffee here are the exception. First tech place you did about 10% plus? Really? I've never had a co-worker except for this one artist that smoked. You already didn't smoke, you would go for smoke breaks to socialize with them. Really? I mean, that makes sense. I don't know if it... maybe it's more of a cultural thing. Like, smoking was... I mean, I'm too young to make that comment. I was gonna say that was never too big of a thing in my country, but that's probably wrong. It was. It just wasn't. I was too young to notice it at the time. And then it was no longer a thing. Hello there, Big Fighter Plus. I'm doing fine. Ah yes, Musifate, you don't like the smell of coffee. How dare you? I'll literally, me and my wife will go to the grocery store and we'll grab, oh, this coffee is fancy, and we put it. Yes, it's very fancy. Like, we'll open a brand new bag of coffee and look at, smell this one. Fucking hell, man. It's a fancy new enemy there. What is that? It's a Hameling. He hammered in on us. How's the game? The game is awesome. If you are into slow-paced, turn-based combat classic JRPGs, then it's phenomenal. He plays the pipe. What the fuck is that? What the fuck? He played a pipe and he summoned a what? A Vamu. Is that a Wamu from JoJo? Of course not. Tech smokers were older, right? Makes sense. You're right, Cooper from the grocery describing your agony. You have done that at least once, I recall it, yes. I mean, just next time, just put that smell in a can and send it over, I'll pay for it. It's almost a boss fight. I haven't had any boss fights yet. That's less money than the universe's enemies. You're actually very sensitive to any stimulates. Can't even drink half a cup of coffee, it can make your health bad. Even me sleep if you only drink in the morning. It's good that you know that, so you can handle it properly. It's kind of good, intentionally avoid caffeine drinks to keep you alert because people doesn't even get hooked. The caffeine do very little for them. I've talked about this before, and I consider myself very fortunate. Because I like coffee, I like the taste of coffee. I don't give a shit about caffeine. I don't give a shit about drinking it to get alert, to wake up, to anything. There's an enemy coming, I'm gonna let it, whatever. And caffeine kind of doesn't affect me unless I have too much, then I have palpitations. But like, I can drink like 200... I can drink 250 milliliters of coffee with about 18 grams of coffee in it. Which I don't know how much is that in caffeine. I know there's some math you can do. I can have that much and it doesn't affect me. And it's like, I can go a few days without coffee because I don't have time to make it, and I don't get a headache, I don't get sleepy. I don't need the coffee. It doesn't affect me too much unless I have too much of it. So I can enjoy it. And that's fine. Like, I know a lot of people that are like, well, I can't even operate in the mornings without my coffee. I've never been able to operate in the mornings with or without coffee. I'm past that already. The coffee doesn't fix it. So good that it keeps you from using it as a crutch, or at least less. Yes! I've literally never had caffeine to like as a pick-me-up. I do that like socially, like, yeah, I have to work, I'll have some coffee so I can operate, but it's more performative than anything else. Don't get headaches without coffee, gets me annoyed for a few days. I'm like that on my diet. I get very annoyed and a bit angry because I don't have food as much as I would like. I found an old coin? Wait. Old coin? What is an old coin? Is that something I can use? Is that something I sell? Is that something I equip? No, it's not something I equip. What is an old coin? I have to check the manual later. Okay, let me try to heal without crashing the game. There. Just as long as you don't feel the need for it. You didn't need to worry about sugar. I had what Americans call chai tea every morning because I freaking love the taste. I've been having way more tea lately, and I've learned to drink tea without sugar. I have learned two things. I've learned I don't like green tea because it's boring, and I don't like dark tea because it's bitter. So those teas I used to add sugar to them, either to fix the bitterness or to make it less bland. I realized that I can just have other kinds of tea and those are fine. Adult hot chocolate. Tea without sugar? Good lord, man. What? I have it's fine, like... I've learned, and it sounds stupid. There's this very fancy tea brand that has this one that is like, what the fuck is that? But I was trying anything. And they had this tea that is like strawberries and mangoes. Yes, you heard it right. Strawberries and mangoes. I think I have a picture of it. Let me see if I have a picture of it, just to confirm that I'm not making that up. Here. Yes, strawberries and mangoes. And I fucking love the damn thing, and then I started to get more. I got like cranberry tea and strawberries tea and stuff like that, and I fucking love it, and I don't need sugar. And there you have it, that's the kind of tea that apparently I like. I just had to try it. don't do sugar either. I didn't like sugar candy dessert too much. Like, I was whatever, I'll have it, some of it. After I lost and I got that from my mom. She doesn't like sugary food either. And then I went on a diet and I lost 90 pounds. And now my dad was really lightweight and he couldn't have enough sugar. And I'm like my dad, I can't, like, I want cake, I want ice cream, I want all of it, I want chocolate. Is it sweet? Give him more. Just got full-on cravings for sweet stuff, man. It's so fucking good now. I've never been like that. I wasn't like that. Like, I was, yeah, there's dessert, I guess I'll have some, it's fine, I guess. Nowadays, it's like the meal of the gods. I used to drink handmade matcha tea in the morning, prepared with bamboo whisk. After a while, it was kind of a pain to whisk tea with proper technique. Yeah, I'm way too deep into the fancy coffee rabbit hole to start going to the fancy tea rabbit hole. I tried to have... I've heard that in, like, England, they have milk with their tea. I tried to add milk to tea. It's disgusting. Like, I tried to see, like, I saw a guy like, this is how the queen has her tea with milk. There's like a series of steps, there's a specific order you have to add shit in. I followed everything to the letter. It was disgusting. You summoned another one of these. You never eat sugar, and if you need to hydrate, fast sugar can be very useful, but it doesn't take much to drink. Interesting. I never linked sugar with hydration. A sweetened condensed milk with tea. I've had coffee with sweet condensed milk. It's very common in some parts of Southeast Asia, from what I hear. It's fucking phenomenal. Holy crap, man. It's probably the best drink I've ever had, ever. Of course, for diet reasons, I can't have it. Jesus fucking Christ. You could not stand it. Yeah, milk and tea, man. What the fuck? Do you think it's good to just add milk to tea? Certain combos are good. Only good ones you had are chai and Thai tea. Or lattes, which is synonymous, right? I don't know, maybe I'm willing. We gotta level up. Also, we did get more money because he summoned 2 of those, so you could technically keep farming. Like, I'm willing to try everything more than once because, you know, maybe I had one that wasn't good for whatever reason. So, like, I'm probably not trying it again. I'm not that curious about it, but if someone were to offer, here is some tea with milk, try this one, I'll be like, sure, I'll go in like full honesty. I want to. I love trying new foods and drinks. I'll try everything multiple times because maybe the one I got the first time was poorly made. Our palates, they change and evolve as we get older. Maybe now I'll like it. I'll try everything. This looks like a fantasy wall, a very obvious one. Alright. Splash of soy milk with your black tea. God damn it. That sounds horrendous. Oh. The bulletproof vest. You guys saw the little box opening animation. Okay, this is how you do fantasy walls in a video game, chat. You found a fantasy wall, here's an item, here's a bonus, here's an extra, you don't make it required, good fucking god. And this changes our defense from plus 15 to plus 29, that's pretty good. Chai tea does contain black tea. For some reason, you need all the spices to want milk. I don't know, man. I thought I should love black tea because I like coffee. And coffee is just a very fancy black tea, I guess. I don't. It has a boring bitterness. Does that make any sense? Like, coffee can be bitter. Coffee is often a little bit bitter. But it's enjoyable bitterness. It's like chocolate bitterness. Black tea is just boring bitter. Yeah, it's bitter. It's not good. It's just bitter. For my palate. Maybe there is like good black coffee out there. There is this one black tea. I meant black tea, not black coffee. There's one black tea with red berries that I've tried. That is decent. It's not my favorite, but that one I can handle. Just can't infuse it for too long. Love eggnog. It's part of liking Twilight sugar milk. I'm not sure if eggnog is the thing that I make like in English. There's this one tea that I make once or twice a year for preventing colds. And it's very sugar. It's basically... My wife boils some milk with this specific herb that I don't know the name of in English. While I get a big mug, I put a truckload of sugar in it, an egg yolk, the yellow part of the egg, and I just beat it vigorously for like 5 minutes until it's a thick paste. And then she adds the milk and filtering the herbs, and it's phenomenal. You drink it, you feel like it's pushing your nostrils open. It's fantastic. As much as you love alcohol and eggnog, you don't like the common alcohol eggnog. I know this drink that I've described, which is why I think it's not eggnog, because it doesn't take any alcohol. Regular non-alcoholic eggnog. Is the drink I just described the tea I just described an eggnog? You can buy eggnog from the store, it doesn't have alcohol. No alcohol, you should have said. Yeah, I've always heard of eggnog having alcohol. There was an enemy there I didn't see. Oh, because we rebooted the game, we don't have the transparency enabled. I have no idea how it's made, that has a lot of sugar. Alright. Please don't summon the thing, it takes forever. There we go, I think it's dead. Yeah, but the summons do give you experience and money. Which is very good. Like, I hate it when games, usually for balance purposes, they have enemies that multiply or summon other enemies or call their friends. But the experience and reward are set in stone when the fight starts, no matter how many enemies they pull in. I know they do that for balance purposes, so you don't like just stay in one fight and farm it up forever. But like, if the player wants to do that, let them. Don't punish everyone else by not giving me my just rewards. Man, it's so hard to go down here. I'm trying to stick to the right wall. I'm pretty sure I'm doing this right. If I mess up, we'll have to go. This is a very large place. I don't know if it is the same in English, but because he plays a pipe and he's called hammering, at least in my language, that story about the guy that plays the pipe and to take the rats out of the city. It's called the Piper from Hamelin in my language. So this might be a reference to that. More combat. You can increase the speed of combat. I might do that eventually. Right now I'm enjoying the chillness. Later on I might increase the speed. There are like 3 different speeds in the game. It's combat, movement, and dialogue, I think. They're already set to pretty fast by default. But they can go faster. I wonder if we're gonna have boss battles. I'm sure we are. I wonder if we're gonna have boss music and how awesome it's going to be. So one of my favorite things about Megami Tensei games, at least the classic ones, is the boss fight music. It's also good and epic. But this is another inspection hatch. It's a different one. Let's see if this one leads to somewhere we can do something at. Oh, there's a save terminal here. Is that a save terminal? It is. Thank you. Because now, because I know there are crashes in the game, I'm worried about saving more often. Area information. Oh, it's just the same as before. Okay. That is also at the right place. There is a guy here, organizing some papers. Sorry for disturbing you during your work, but what's a good way to get to the CEO's office? Ennis! I thought you were instructed not to let anyone through. I just intruded... Yes, I pick cakes. I just intruded on my own accord. Please don't blame Ennis. That shouldn't be possible. Yeah, I have a gun. I wouldn't be in such a rush to die if I were you. That's such a badass thing to say. Wait, I'll do what you want. That's good. Come now, answer my questions. He raises his hands. Oh, these little animations. That will... Why are you doing it the slow way? Guns are convincing, they are. I mean, you don't see the guy casting a spell. Yeah, you're gonna do what I say, otherwise I'm gonna make, like, fancy fire with my fingers. No, you pull a gun, that's all you need. Like, fucking illusion casters or whatever the shit. Just pull a gun, that's it. That guy, that's a very good emote. We're done with that game. Second door on the right, it's not locked. Laoshi, do you know the meaning of the word privacy? You like how this game looks on the MSX? Hello there, Raccoon. Yeah, this game is available, was originally released on the MSX. There is a version on the PC 98, FM Towns, X68000, and the Sega CD. I didn't look at the other versions too hard. I looked at the Sega CD one, it has a few interesting scenes. The in-game graphics are mostly the same, but I do think it looks very good on the MSX. It doesn't use the full resolution of the system. Not anywhere close. This image is cropped, the one you guys are seeing. But it looks pretty good. I like the game is very charming. Pixel art and everything. What do you mean? I have no intention to abuse my powers. Besides, I'm not interested in this guy's sordid little affair with his mistress and stuff like that, because he can read minds. If you guys forgot. You obtained a VIP card. Good. With this VIP card, we should be able to enter any part inside this building, even the VIP only lift. Dun, 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 dun. I'll leave the guy over there just squirming. Okay, these guys are easy. And I think that VIP only elevator was that one elevator we didn't enter on the north side of the building. So if we had tried to go in there, it would probably deny us. So we did things in the right order in the end. But again, like I said, it's a very straightforward, very linear game, which I do appreciate the shit out of. The most complicated thing there is navigating the towns. I did get lost once. Maybe twice. I don't think this is the one we want. I can't even go there, okay. We might end up running low on bullets, eventually. I'm not avoiding combat, but I'm not going after it either. And I talked a lot about this yesterday, how the game's pacing regarding experience and required farming. As long as the challenge feels okay, I'm just gonna do as many battles as the game seems to want me to do and not look for more. Hopefully it's well balanced enough that you don't have to farm mindlessly. Like I said, a good RPG gives you just the exact amount of battles that you need without having to look for them. PC98, they use the PC88 style of trick with interleaving pixels to make it higher resolution, right? The weird dithering thing they did for the color switch. I mean, you can either blur it on your emulator to have an idea what it's supposed to look like, but then it looks less genuine, I guess. So this is clearer. It's very hard to avoid that kind of look on the PC88, PC98 machines. FM Towns inherited that graphics. But that's pretty bad. FM Towns didn't need it. Not a fan of that style generally. Yeah, that style looks very jarring to us nowadays because we're looking at it on these kind of screens. Like this emulator that I'm using, by default it has scan lines and blurring to make it look more like the original system. I'm trying to keep it clean here. But if you run of those games, PC88 games, over composite signal, right, where it gets like all blended and shit horizontally because it has a high horizontal resolution, then you would understand how it's supposed to look. It looks pretty good because it makes the PC88 has very few colors available, so that style makes it look like it has more colors than it actually does. But on modern displays it looks a bit jacked, depending on. You can get used to it, like it can grow on you. I don't have a problem with that look. But yeah. This is OpenMSX. I might have tried to... I don't know, does Blue MSX support the MSX Turbo? Because I tried another emulator before this one that did not support the Turbo machine. And this is a MSX Turbo exclusive. I mean, before the other versions were released, but on the MSX it requires a Turbo. But this is on OpenMSX with MSX Turbo. It's emulating one of the Panasonic later machines. And I have a MIDI device plugged in and a virtual MIDI device plugged in and a virtual flash card plugged in for the saving. This is probably the... Thank you very much for your efforts. This is the lift for the SIVA executives use only. This is the one we were looking for. Yes, please present your VIP card. We have it. VIP card verified. We can go to the VIP offices or we can go straight for the bad guy at the end. I don't know which one. I'll go to these ones because maybe we can find the girl before we go to the end guy. 51st floor. But yeah, getting a game to run properly on these old computers can be quite annoying. Like, consoles are easy, get the emulator, you give it the ROM, it's fine. Computers we are used to, like if I want to run a DOS game or a Windows game, that's fine. We know how to set those up. We grew up with those. I did. But all computers that are not IBM PC compatibles, like the MSX, the Amiga computers, the Atari computers, those are just impossible for me. Okay, we got some bullets back. Good. Submachine gun obtained. But what kind of ammo does a submachine use? It has lower hit ratio but more attack. It probably uses more bullets. It has the same skill, so this qualifies as... Hang on. This qualifies as gun, not rifle or anything else. Submachine gun. You know what? Let me open the manual here. See what the manual says. Manual? This is the operation manual. I don't know which one I need. Hang on. The manual or the data book. Let me pull up the manual up on screen. And Apple name submachine gun, small machine gun, useful against groups. Can only do rapid fire, so that's going to do multiple targets. Oh, that's the kind of the gun the robot had. No, he had a machine gun, it's different. This table is broken. I think it was supposed to show the name of the weapon on the left. Oh, it's a continuation of this. It's supposed to be double-sided. Can I do double-sided? Does this PDF visualizer do double-sided? Odd spreads? Oh, there we go. Right, here. It's a bit small for you guys. Let me see if I can fix that a little bit. It's about as best as I can do it. Right, so it's pages, so it's like here's submachine gun. So the handgun has a hit rate up. It uses the same gun skill, doesn't give me a bonus. It uses pistol bullets, so it's the same bullets as before, but it only has rapid fire. So it's good for multiple targets. I'll try to use it. There is a hit rate much up down here. Much up, yes. Alright, I'll try to use it for a little bit. It would have been useful against those universe-looking kind of enemies. Because those came in large groups. But still, I think you only hit the front row, so like in a group of 5, you only hit the first 3. Dun, dun. Oh, this is that floor we started on. Oh, never mind. So this is that door that I skipped. Good, good. This is explore. We go to the 60th floor now. Right, we dropped into the lower floor from the vent. But because this guy's gonna get killed, this gun is gonna do less. We spent 5 bullets per shot. That's the biggest issue with using the multiple group attack like this. It is more bullets. But it does a lot of damage. Let me refresh the save here. So we go to the... Yeah, and if you go here first, you do get the submachine gun, it would have been useful. But then you see this thing requires a VIP card. So I have to do the whole thing that we already did. Good. I like how the game is structured. Very straightforward, like I've said plenty of times. So this is where the big honcho is at. I'm sure we're gonna have like a battle that we can't win to properly set up the bad guy. It's probably just gonna be a conversation, actually. Dramatic music. Of course it was you! This is the guy with the weird glasses. Of course it was you, Shu Wang. Well, perhaps I should call you Lao Shi. Yeah, don't remember who it was that I was asking. It is not teacher. Lao Shi is being translated as master. So it's Shu Wang, and his title is Lao Shi. It's been a long time, Faye. Matt fills up his hair. You've aged a lot. And this guy hasn't aged. He did a... Bad guy did a longevity treatment. I must say, it's even pleasant to leave oneself to the flow of time. Sorry, but I'm going to make you return Mei Hong to us. Stand back, Liu Kei. But... he isn't an opponent you'd be a match for. You're going to get hurt. Okay, because it's a woman, she has to step away like she's weak because she's a woman. Video games, everyone. I wonder if you'd want to be my opponent, Lao Shi. Did he just kick the chair away? Oh, big ass ghost enemy thing grabs the desk and throws it down. What the f... Oh man, that's so fucking good. Wow, you've summoned such an enormous wind spirit. You've improved your skills, you're a bastard. Nah, it's just that you've become a senile old git. Tian Ren, let's join forces in combat. Whoa, his name is Tian Ren? You don't mean this man is the... I won't go easy on you, Faye. Are you telling the protagonist is the main character? Please don't say it ain't so. Just the way I want it. Boss music? Boss music! Yes, Loshi has magics. Loshi has good magics. He's level 15. Very good music. Look at this setup here. With the two, these are the guys that were lost in a gigantic bed. Now they're clothed. Hang on, I've lost track of my cursor here. Okay, thank you. Attack. We can attack the spirit, Faye, or the lady, I forgot her name. I'm gonna start with the spirit. I could try to use magic, but I'm gonna save the mana for healing. Vaza is the name of the thing, okay. And we can shoot at level 3, so this is worth it. I'm glad I got the machine gun. There we go. Submachine gun. 25 to each Vaza? What do you mean each Vaza? Death breath. He farted with his mouth. 42 damage! Holy! Alright, I guess we need to heal. I'm gonna use Sage Health. Which is bigger than the other one. Right, that's maximum. We don't need any more than Sage. I do have a recent save, it's fine. FPS dropped to 5 or something. Witness the power of the MSX Turbo. Yeah. But the game does kind of push the hardware to its limits. Too many animations going on at once. Too big of an enemy on screen as well. Might want to heal the master. Wait. Oh no, this is Tian Ren. You can heal everyone, I don't need to heal everyone. Recovery spells, are you kidding? Healed everyone by 50. That's a big setback. I need to kill this guy in the middle because he's the one that does the most damage. Especially with the death breath. 9. Ah, shit. Tyrion is gonna dead. Can you heal? No. Okay, I think we're lost. It's not good. I don't know if I can win. I don't know if I can resurrect the other guy. How does that work in this game? And then recovery 50, that's 2 attacks gone. I'm gonna try... What is refine? It's on him, that might be a buff. Released chi. Okay, that's more damage, yes. Let me see if there is data on the magics. Refine. The refine young chi is it increases the young chi, which improves your young chi kung. I think it buffs your damage spells. Okay. I could try doing a refine, but I don't have a lot of mana. Can you do I think this is fucked anyway. Manipulating chi. My level has increased by 1, the young level, whatever that's supposed to be. When I press up, sometimes it goes twice because of the slowdown. It's kind of weird. How much damage do we do? Instead of CF76, we do 300. The refinement is worth it. Okay, and the frame rate went up because the big guy is dead. Went up a lot. That guy was really freaking heavy to process. But can we resurrect the other guy? He's not gonna get any experience from this fight, which is probably not worth it. Can I really not resurrect him in any way? Can I run away? I don't want... Honestly, I don't want to do this battle. I want to reload. I don't want to finish the battle with TRN dead. So I'm gonna reset. We have a save very close by. And the media gets broken. It's fine, we'll be right back. Give me a second. There we go. I'm also gonna make sure that we are fully healed before I go into that battle. I went in without full health. Right, so I'm gonna heal, but I'm gonna heal with Tian Ran because we want to keep the Master's mana for the battle. Okay. And if Tian Ran attacks first, I can use his buff on Lao Shi. Okay, skip. As much as we can anyway. Stupid ass table, get out of the way. Stupid ass chair, get out of here. Is that the origin story of the fallen over chair? Shh, okay. Do I buff? And then I think I'll do that. And do you attack or do you buff yourself? He doesn't have enough mana for buffing and doing anything else, no. Gonna resort to gun. Oh, you get to do a spell before they do anything, nice. And the thing is already dead. Outstanding. Now I'm gonna do I think a regular health is enough for him. I had the other guy selected. Shit, I thought it was Tian Ran's turn. Whatever, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, now we kill the healer. No, I thought it was. I have to keep checking whose turn it is. I could do like a health on both of them. You okay? That will be enough. Mr. Faye! Alright, she's out. She's not dead. She'll come back later. Survive, Liu Kei! Mr. Faye! It was so dramatic. Oh, shouldn't be in bed with evil, I guess. Get wrecked, lady. I want to see how much the attack is gonna do here to this guy. Okay, no, the spell is way better. Still have mana for 1. Oh, but then we won't have for healing. I'm gonna keep it because I don't know how much health this guy has. I might have to last a while. So I'm gonna keep the rest of the mana. Oh, fuck. Back with your eggnog. Welcome back, my friend. Got a boss fight and everything. Yeah, you were here when we just got to the start of it. I had to restart the boss fight. Ren died. I wanted him to get the experience from the fight. He probably does it if he's dead. Can you switch to another weapon mid-battle? No, I don't think you can. You can use items. Yeah, I did consider that it would be better to pull up the pistol, the handgun. Because it increases our hit rate and it doesn't use as much ammo if there's only one enemy. But yeah, unfortunately we cannot. He missed that apparently.
Thank you.
Necroaim, good old friend, thank you so much for the raid. Really appreciate it. Thank you for bringing your community over. Welcome everyone from Necroaim's channel. I'm Cooper. I stream most days around this time. And we are playing through Illusion City. Ganei Toshi, the original version for the MSX. Got a friend translation 4 months ago. It's a cyberpunk / demon JRPG set in Hong Kong in the future. It's really fucking good. We're doing our very first boss battle. We just killed 2 enemies, one of which was gigantic. Just cleaning up house. Very good game, amazing animations. I really like the music as well. Welcome in, my friend. What were you doing? Dreamcast games. Amazing. What were you playing? Carrier? Is that the name of the game? Something else? Welcome in. Welcome in, everyone. Thank you for the raid once again. We are cleaning up house and saving mana for healing. He's missing his attacks. I think this is over. Okay, he hit that, but doesn't do a lot of damage. Alright, he's dead. And Tyran did get another level, so good. I'm glad he was alive this time. Shu Wang! That girl! Mei Hong's my daughter. What? No. Wait, wasn't Lao Shi groping Mei Hong's ass yesterday? Twice? I'm not mixing up the characters, right? He was groping his own daughter? Your daughter. If that's the case, you'll probably see your son sooner or later too. What did you just say? Try to live as long as you can, and you will find out. And he immediate skeletonization into nothingness. That's amazing death animation just becomes a pile of bones. Then it dissipates and leaves something behind. Are you alright? Yes, Loshi. What? Why was I kidnapped? Rest assured, for the time being, it's over. At least for now, that is. That's a Daza statue. Oh, the statues! We have to find 8 of them. Okay, we got 1 Daza statue. We need 7 more. Tianren, touch it with your hand, not with your feet, not with your nose, with your hand. When you touch it, the seal will be broken. The seal? That's right, the seal of power. Not the seal of evil. The power of wind has been released. I'm gonna write that down. Also, maybe each one of those bosses has a different power, and like that guy summoned like a wind demon or something. Demons in this game are not very demons, but... Just writing down here in case it's relevant. Victory music. There's something funny from having 40 Celsius all week to 19 Celsius. I'm sorry to hear. We were hitting like 36, 38 Celsius here. And 2 days from now we'll be hitting 12. I wonder if you... Yeah, you... I don't think you live too far away from me. So, whatever you just had, I'm gonna have it soon. 8 different elements is a bit much. It is. I wonder if we're gonna have like metal demons. Maybe one of the elements is guts. You don't have a blood guts elemental or something. What just happened? There are 8 of these statues in total. We have to destroy them all. No matter what the cost, in order to gain the strength to fight Motian. Motian, more problems, yeah. Motian. Blood elementals are cool, they are. The stupid music. Grandpa, long time no see. Where is the girl? Cash! If it isn't Cash, you're still alive, you old bastard! Look at the armor on the guy. Back at you, Grandpa. Oh, he's holding up and he drops it. Those animations are so good. You assume it's going to correspond to the 8 trigrams. Trigram? If it is called a trigram, it has to have 3, not 8. I'm sorry, you got it wrong. What are you saying? I haven't grown old enough to be called grandpa by an old bastard like you. Ha ha ha. Oh, are these guys Tianren and Mei Hong from back then? Yeah, I don't... Look, it's... old, Snake from 1991. The Kojima copied old Snake's design right here. Each trigram has 3 lines and there are 8 of them. Okay. I guess. Yeah, I don't think either of them would remember though. Old Snake, Big Boss. Yeah. Freaking Kojima taking notes. The name is Cash, my old friend of Grandpa, from the time you were just babies. Babies? What have you come here for this time? Tao Ho told me to support Tianren and the others. Tao Ho? Did he start a charity all of a sudden? The compensation will be paid later. Well, I have other reasons as well. Anyway, it must be hard on you, Grandpa, if you're just babysitting these kids. What did you say? Jeez, Cash. Old people should have their rest. Jared, tell him how I feel about... tell him how well I just fought the other day. I can tell you what a perv he is. He was groping his own daughter, what the fuck? You haven't changed a bit, Grandpa. Hey, everyone's making fun of me. I won't ever help any of you again. Jared, Mayhan, pleased to meet you. I'll join you. This game is also on Sega CD, it is. This game was released originally on the MSX, then PC 98 FM Towns, X68000, and lastly Sega CD. Yes. This is the only version. This is the original version, and it's the only one that was fan translated. It might have the best music out of all of those, because I don't know if the other versions have MIDI music. Illusion Castle. Back here. Fancy sect people. Are you also feeling a bit ill or something? Oh, this is Xiao Mei, the kidnapped girl. Priestess, do not concern yourself with such a common creature. Are you telling me to ignore a person who is suffering? He doesn't feel suffering and things like that. That's because he's not human. Though it is still probably is human, I guess. What do you mean by that? He's a specimen, that's what they call them. A specimen? And you don't call them human? X68000 can have MIDI music, don't know if this game does it there. Yeah. Like this game specifically on the MSX version. It does, like the MSX, I think the original one didn't have support for MIDI, I might be mistaken. But this game supports MIDI, it has like that little white seal in the top left corner of the cover art right there, it says that it supports MIDI specifically. It was not a very common thing for the MSX. Priestess, what are you saying? Is that the teachings of your god? Try and explain to me how this girl is any different from other humans. Are you trying to realize your utopia by acting this way? Come, hold onto my shoulder. But... I'm Xiao Mei. What's your name? New. Well, New, you'd better go rest for a while in my room. Thank you. Like FM music more in many cases. I respect that. This game, though, it uses the MIDI for all the sound. It's not like MIDI for the music and sound effects through something else. So, like, there are sound effects like the thunder strike at the opening video, where it pulls from the MIDI sound bank. And the fact that it uses it like that and has more stuff like that is why I'm using MIDI for this game. It was clearly designed with that in mind. Just like, you know, we played Ultima Underworld, it does a truckload of sound effects through MIDI as well. Priestess! She's really leaning into her role, but she's playing more humanly, I suppose. That impetuous child. What's happened? Read this letter. It throws the pace at people. Those little animations are so extra, I love it. What? This is terrible! It says Homei is going to the Shulu area by herself. I told her it'd be best if she stayed here and quietly focused on her training. That's the sister that we rescued. But why is she going to the Shulu area? Speaking of the Shulu area, I heard a major multi-insect ritual is being held there. That's it. She definitely thought her sister Xiao Mei would be there. The ritual of the return to Tian power? Alright, Jaren, let's go to the Shulo area. There is not going to be time for a warm-up. Right. Throws the pace of people. Did I say that? Did I say pace of people instead of piece of faith? That's so like me. I'm not surprised if I did it. I need to find the safe spot in this town. I don't recall where it is. It is in our apartment. I need to find the apartment. And then I need to sleep? Well, you can sleep as soon as you try to enter the apartment. Remember that. Here. Yeah, it asks if you want to rest. Good night. See ya. There's a safe computer when you need it. It's right there. Look, he gets up, pulls up his... So good. So fucking good. Do I need to... I'm afraid of saving the game without my full party here. Yeah, I'm leaving and getting my party back first, and then I'm coming in here to save. There is a ROM hack that enables saving anywhere. I'm not using ROM hacks. I want to play this game as close to original as possible. Already running on a fan translation that enables saves on a cartridge. That's already more modding than I would prefer to do. Good morning. Yo. They wait outside. That is so fucking good. That's so fucking... I'm sure they would join me anyway, even if I saved and reloaded, but I don't want to risk it. Okay, we don't have a robot that gets stuck on the doors anymore. Everyone is here. Oui, master. Save. I'm gonna plop down 2 saves. There's always one for like backup. I'm also going to put a save state just in case. And I think there is... No, there isn't. Well, whatever. I'm gonna stop the timer here. 5 hours, 40 minutes. Good session, good progress. We had a first boss fight. And yeah, I'm gonna come back to this game tomorrow.